Have you ever been a customer and you order some food online to get it delivered across to your address, and then you get a message from your delivery driver and they say, oh, sorry, there's going to be a bit of a wait. It looks like the food was stolen. They're going to remake it and I'll bring it over after that. Have you ever been in them shoes? So I'm going to talk from a delivery driver perspective. I drive for Doordash and for Uber Eats about what could be happening here, but I want to talk to delivery drivers mainly because there has been a wide misconception of everyone just saying another driver stole the food, they stole it, they're just greedy pigs, they're eating the food in the car parking lot, and they've just cut the conversation off at that point. I'm going to bring in a different perspective of what could be happening here, so stay tuned. We're going to run through something you guys have never heard before. So as a delivery driver, it is not a new situation for me where I've shown up to a restaurant and I'm like, okay, I'm here to pick up for this customer, and I show them the phone. I'm like, this one here, this order number, and they go, oh, someone came in 5 minutes ago and picked that one up. And suddenly you're at a moot point, a stalemate. You're like, oh, I got the order here. And every driver in the past has gone straight to the conclusion, and I'm sure the restaurant has as well, they've gone straight to the conclusion of the other driver stole the food. And you know what? Sometimes that does happen. Sometimes drivers, they go into the restaurant, they show the order, and then instead of clicking confirm pickup, which starts the clock on them for the drive to take it across to the customer, they'll accept the food, they won't click they've confirmed the pickup, walk straight out of the restaurant. And you know what, they'll chuck in the boot of their car and have it later on for dinner, or they'll eat it, the greedy little pigs that they are. But here, today, we are going to talk about a different thing where I think drivers are not intentionally stealing food, and they may even be oblivious to the fact that they're doing something wrong. So we're going to talk about aggressive multi-appers. So what is a multi-apper? In the gig delivery space, so for food delivery drivers, it is incredibly difficult to make money sometimes. Sometimes the day is just really slow and there's just not enough orders coming in. So a way to get around that is to be signed up to multiple platforms. I'm signed up to Doordash and Uber Eats. So on a slow day, what I'll do is I'll log into both of them, and whoever sends through the offer first, I'll accept it, and then the other one I'll pause. The reason why I do that is so I'm like, cool, I'll eliminate as much downtime as possible between orders. I've got an order on the go. The other one's paused, so I'm not getting anything coming through from them. And then after I've finished the delivery, I'll turn both of them back on. And I'm like, whoever comes in first, if there's a good offer, I'll take it. Now, some other drivers are more aggressive on the multi-apping. So they'll leave both the apps on and they'll accept orders from both the apps at the same time. So they'll be accepting orders using Doordash and Uber Eats as an example from both the platforms at the same time. So they might have a Doordash order in the front seat and Uber Eats order in the back seat, which, as you can understand, a bit of a conflict of interest occurring there. But some of them have systems to try and make it work, but I think some of them don't understand what they're doing, which is causing people to think the food has been stolen. So let's run through where I think the scenario occurs on Doordash. So a aggressive multi-apper, they show up to a restaurant, they collect an order, but what they do is they know in the back of their head that as soon as I click confirmed pickup, the clock starts for them. But until they click confirm pickup, after they've clicked arrived at restaurant, the timer is still on the restaurant, so nothing's being timed against them. So they collect the food, put it in their car, and make their way across to either drop off another order or to go pick up another order for another platform. And then after they've finished that action or whatever they need to do, they'll go into the app and say confirm pickup, or they'll force it through, or they'll drive back past through and click confirm pickup, whatever they do there. Now here's the thing, and here's where I think they're getting it wrong. So if you have clicked I've arrived at the restaurant, but the GPS location, you are now driving off to another restaurant or doing a drop off to another customer on another platform, but it says that you've arrived at the restaurant. After a certain period of time, even though you've collected the food, Doordash will go, hang on a second, this driver's not even at the restaurant, and then they unassign the order to try to get another driver to come in to collect the food from the restaurant, because this driver's not even there, even though they've clicked that they've arrived, which leaves this driver with an order on the front seat, and then suddenly the order just unassigns on them. and they think, oh, the customer cancelled, which is a common thought that I hear all the time. They just go, oh, the customer cancelled, customer must have cancelled. And I don't think that's the case, because I think that is DoorDash's system going, this driver has said they are at the restaurant, GPS says otherwise, so drop them off and let's get another driver in to drive to that restaurant to click arrived at restaurant, stay at the restaurant and collect the food. Now guys, we are the online community. If you're watching this, you're part of the online gig community. So we have a lot of information. We have a lot of content creators like myself out there. We have forums, we have groups. We're all talking and sharing information. But there are a lot of drivers out there that are not part of the online community. They don't go looking for how to do this job. They don't go watching YouTube videos like what you're watching right now, and they're not in online forums or groups. They're not in Facebook groups, they're not in Reddit groups, they're not in Discords, they're not doing any of that stuff. They're just out there solo trying to figure this stuff out. But there are also a lot of drivers that learn how to do this gig through friends and family offline. A lot of communities do this where they share information, tips, tricks, and hacks without understanding the broader context of, if you do that hack, this will actually happen to you. So I'm going to put on my delivery driver hat from an offline community member, Vanush. My name is Vanush. Vanush, delivery driver extraordinaire, #1 DoorDash driver in all the country. Thank you. I am Vanush. So, as Vanush, I have learnt to drive for DoorDash from a couple of my friends and family, and they've all been telling me, click arrived at restaurant, collect the food, and then go do some deliveries for the other platforms. But you lock in that tip, you lock in that bonus, you lock in that order, and then that's all fine and good. And so Vanush does that. And then what starts to happen to Vanush is, without him understanding it or realizing it, is Vanush comes home with 2 or 3 meals across the night. And as far as he knows, and from what his friends and family have told him, is that the customers just cancelled him. He's like, I picked up the food and then they cancelled. I picked up the food again later that night and then customer cancelled again on me. And Vanush doesn't know that it might be DoorDash dropping him off the order because they think he's too far away from the restaurant, without realizing he's collected the order, because Vanush should not be leaving the restaurant with the food without clicking that he's picked up the order and is on the way to the customer. So Vanush is doing the wrong thing, but he doesn't realize he's doing the wrong thing because all his friends and family told him, yeah, this is what you're doing, this is how you make money. And then the clock doesn't start on you until you click that button. And a lot of the time, Vanush is quick on the other deliveries, and Vanush does his drop-offs, and it's all fine, it works good. But maybe there's 1 or 2 times where it doesn't, and Vanush finds himself with food in the car, and he thinks that DoorDash just cancelled on him. Do you see how that could work? And then Vanush comes home to his wife and his kids, and he's like, hey, I got 2 or 3 meals for us to share as family. Customers cancel, they don't care about their food. And Vanush, no, he doesn't think he's done anything wrong. And he did not intentionally do anything wrong. He just followed what his friends and family told him to do, which caused this situation to happen in the first place. So it's not that Vanush is a thief, it's just he didn't know any better. So I think this is happening a lot. I think multi-appers are clicking arrived at store, collecting food, not clicking confirm order, which is causing restaurants now to really kick up a stink about it, because they're like, oh no, this is ridiculous. Show me that you've confirmed the order, pick up before you leave the store. And then drivers getting all pissed off, is like, oh, don't you trust me, don't you trust me? Have their Keith and Karen moments about it all. But I think this is why. I think multi-appers collecting the food, doing other deliveries, and then clicking, okay, good to go. They've collected the food to start the clock on them. So the clock's running on the restaurant before that. They know they got time, but they've locked the order in. And then once they've done the other actions they needed to do, they'll click cool, confirm pickup. They've got the food in the cart, and they'll quickly rush across to the customer from there. I think that's occurring. So I don't think they're intentionally stealing food, the drivers who are multi-apping. I don't think they're intentionally doing it. I think they're being caught out by DoorDash's system, where it's unassigning that dasher from the order because they said they're at the restaurant, but GPS says otherwise. What do you guys think? Do you think dashers are making this mistake out there, or do you think they're all just grimy thieves stealing food? Do you think they're doing it deliberately and stealing food, or do you think some of them could be making this mistake because they don't have the education and information that the online community has to talk about this stuff. Anyway, guys, leave your thoughts down below in the comments. We are the online community. We can discuss this. If you see another driver doing this, what would you do? Leave it down below in the comments. But that's all for today, guys. That's all I want to talk about. I don't think every driver is intentionally stealing food. I think some are doing it unintentionally and they don't realize that they are. I think it's a system thing and it's catching drivers out for it. That's all for today, guys. Leave your thoughts down below. Are they thieves? Are they not thieves? Are they intentional thieves? Are they unintentional thieves? Or is it just a mix and blend of it all? Leave your thoughts down below in the comments and I'll catch you in the next one. Hooroo, you legends. Have a good one. Take it easy. All that good stuff. Peace out. Do you know what 4 times 20 is? You mean 4 and 20? Because that's a pie, mate. No, 4 times 20 is 80. And 80% of people who watch this channel haven't subscribed to Chriso yet. Well, the subscribe button is just down there. So I'm going to press it. Then I'm going to get myself a 4 and 20 pie. And then I'm going to watch a couple of their videos over there. Oh, can I have a pie too, mate? What, do you think pies grow on trees? Nah, get your own and I'll see you in the next one. Hooroo, you legends.